Everyone, Elias here with an aim for self-defense. As promised, on this Sunday we're doing some off-body carry gear initial impressions review. Okay, so this is of course geared for beginners like myself. So what am I talking about when I say off-body carry? Well, carrying things. In this case, we're really talking about carrying a firearm, a pistol, a handgun. All right. We've talked a little bit about holsters in the past. We will continue to in the future. But a holster, something you can kind of sheath your gun into and put it on your body. There's shoulder holsters. There's ones you put in the waistband at different spots, right? You can put them on a belt. Certain ones will work even for casual wear, like I'm wearing now, sweatpants or shorts of a certain type, right? Off body can include carrying your pistol with you in things like different types of bags, a purse, a knapsack, a fanny pack, and that's what we're going to be talking a little bit about today. Some people only want to carry on body, holstered on their body, or perhaps pocket carry on their body. They look at it similar hopefully in a pocket holster, and there's good reason to do that. Theoretically, it's not as accessible to others. It's also probably the fastest way you can draw if it's on your person. It's probably the easiest way to conceal it in many ways if you're carrying inside the waistband or inside of your pocket. You know, a bag is certainly concealing your gun, but the bag itself is usually very, very visible, right? So some people will never carry a pistol off body. I do sometimes in certain situations. For whatever reason, we can talk about that a little bit more. Sometimes I'm wearing casual wear. Sometimes I want to carry enough things with me that I want a small bag. I have several sets of keys, a wallet. I want to carry extra magazines for my firearm. And at that point, my pockets are getting overflowed or overfilled and they're overflowing, and I want to carry a bag. So I go to fanny pack. And because I'm wearing the fanny pack, and because maybe I'm not wearing things that pants or shorts or having waistbands that work with holsters as well as I want, for sometimes I'd look to put that inside the bag as well. We will talk about holster trigger guard options that will work with a lot of types of shorts and sweatpants as well, casual wear that we've been working with for a couple of years that we've been really happy with. Nonetheless, talk about this off-body carry first. I first started about 2 years ago with a regular fanny pack that I got at a department store. It was fine. Things I liked about it: had enough space, had two compartments. I threw things in there, fit the things I needed to carry with me. The straps and the clips seemed to work fine. Gave me enough slack to put over my shoulder, around my waist. Had no problems with it. Things that were drawbacks was relatively thin nylon inside that ultimately started tearing at the seams. So the two sections, the two pockets kind of like opened up into each other. I would put my pistol in the rear pocket by itself. I didn't want other things around it, immediately around it. And it would just float around too. So if I put my pistol in here, if I opened it, it might be here, it might be here, it might be here. It might be a lot of different ways, right? Which affected my ability to like reach in the same way and get the same type of purchase reliably on it if I wanted to take it out. Luckily, I never had to take it out in an emergency to defend myself, but it would float around a little bit. Okay, so for those reasons, it wearing out and me looking for other things that might better allow me to safely carry a pistol and access it more readily, I started looking for fanny packs that were marketed for EDC, or everyday carry, which explicitly or implicitly often includes a gun that you're carrying with you every day. This is what I've gone with now. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Eberlestock, S-T-O-C-K. They're marketed heavily. I've seen a couple interviews. I decided to give it a go. Off the bat, has more pockets than I had before. Has a very front one that's smaller. You can put a wallet and still have some space in there. There's a middle one here that opens to a pouch, but then has several little demi pouches within it, and then netting that has a zipper attached to have another little internal pouch. The dog's going off over there, excuse them. It also has this kind of elastic tubing that I've taken to fitting a magazine inside. This does move. It's not super tight, but I still like the idea of keeping a magazine in there. So I'm trying it out. I've been using this for just about a week. No, a little over a week now, about a week and a half. Put keys in the middle pouch, trying it out. Now, you'll notice this cord's attached to the zipper. They've got little rubber plastic attached there to get a little better grip. Fairly large loop. The back pouch is really what makes this able to be marketed for carrying a gun with you, in particular. Okay. This is the area you're looking at, and it can be opened up pretty much all the way except for the bottom part. Okay. So that openness to allow for reaching inside full hand, I think, is one element of what makes this especially geared for pistols. Also, there is soft Velcro side lining the back. It's not just nylon. There's another couple pieces of stretchy material in here. This side has the aggressive part of the Velcro, which you can attach to different places. I'm giving mine a little bit of an angle, a little more than halfway through. The idea being, you take this gun, which is completely clear and safe, and there's no one in front of me, to the left, to the right of me, or behind me. Those aforementioned barking puppies are upstairs, so there would still be a risk of that if there was ammo in this or anywhere near me, and there is not. The idea here is that you can place this inside the confines of that tubing to give it some type of hold. Okay. Now this is still very, very soft. There's nothing theoretically that could prevent other items inside other pouches and our movement interacting with the outside world from reaching inside and pulling this trigger. Right. It's a little bit dangerous. This pistol, however, has a manual safety on it here. So I have started carrying this, and before I place the pistol inside, I place the safety up so that, try as I might, I cannot press the trigger. If I disengage it, I can pull the trigger all the way, okay? So I think this initial setup that it comes with is, I feel comfortable with a manual safety, a gun with manual safety going into this. Folks who have pistols that don't have manual safeties, I think, should consider doing something else. And that is maybe jettisoning this and instead taking a Kydex holster, which will cover the trigger completely inside of hard plastic, preventing anything from pressing it, keeping it secure, so you jostle around with the bag attached to you or the bag come detached, and it gets jostled around or tumbles. Taking a holster, taking a lot more of this type of material, which I guess you can get like a hardware store or craft store, and taping it or gluing it to the holster, and then placing the entire Kydex holster inside of here so you can holster the gun properly inside. That's something I've seen others do. It's something we're going to try, and we'll give you an update once we've done that, and also give you an update on how the rest of the bag is holding up. For now, with pistols in mind that have manual safeties, I've felt comfortable placing it here. This comes in different sizes. I didn't get the largest size, and I'm also not carrying my largest gun. This is probably considered a subcompact. It's a Taurus G3C, and it fits with some space in there. You see I'm kind of like putting it in at an angle. I think that it gives me an angle that seems like a natural reach-in angle if something is here or a little lower. So I've been trying that. The way I've been zipping this up has been very particular. Okay, let's talk about that. First, I've been tucking one of the zippers inside so that when I reach, I only can grab one pull it all the way down. If they're both out, they're on opposite sides of one another. If I were to accidentally grab both of them and pull, it stays nice and securely closed. And if I want to access my pistol, that doesn't work. All right, so I've been tucking one inside. Now, placement of the zippers matters too. If I had it, the zipper is down here, I'd have to move over a larger amount of space, a longer track to open it up. I tried it here, and I still had to go turn a corner, which gave me a little hiccup point sometimes. So I'm having it at the top of the corner, so I don't have this little turn. I just have one turn to get it all the way open and reach inside. Okay? That's the way I've been doing it. We've had about 50 draws with dry fire, meaning we don't have any ammunition in the pistol. We practice opening, drawing, presenting, and pressing the trigger with no ammunition. And then yesterday at the range, we did another 50 repetitions with live ammunition inside of it, where we actually would fire ammunition at a target. Right. So far, that has worked well. Haven't had any hiccups. I've also practiced drawing different ways. I'm right hand dominant. I practice with my weak hand, unzipping, reaching with my right, and presenting. I practice with the same side, pulling, letting go, reaching in and drawing. I've tried reps with my shirt over it, reps with this, with my shirt behind it, just to practice that. And I think it's really important when you carry off, I don't just think this, it is really important when you carry off body, especially to get extra repetitions. If mostly you're carrying with a holster and you practice your holster draws a lot, that's great. If you're carrying off body, there's added steps to this, there's added time. You can do it, you just have to have the understanding that by and large it's going to take you more time than it would if you just had a holster. And that's just relative. Outside the waistband holsters might take less time than inside the waistband holsters, right? Off-body carry on a fanny pack might take, with a zipper that I have to access and reach into a pocket, might take more time than a holstered gun. If you understand that and you make that calculus and that bet, that's okay. Just really train this too. There's different things you have to do. I don't ordinarily have to unzip things, reach my hand into pockets, and then pull out a gun if it's holstered. So I'm to do. Okay. So the only hiccup I really had so far, because this is just Velcro, right? You could theoretically pull it off. I did that once, and I think it's avoidable. It only happened once, and it's because my draw was pulling away, right? Sitting here, I pulled it out, and right, I was still able to make the shot, by the way. So you don't need to despair. However, when I really realized what I was doing on the draws where that didn't happen, and I focused on doing it, I didn't have that same issue. So instead of pulling out, I pulled straight back, like I'm doing a row, like there was an elbow, something attached to my elbow pulling straight out, right? Which is what you have to do with holsters. Usually the holster is down here, I pull up. Most holsters don't allow you to rock out this way, right? You just pull straight out, clear it from the elastic, disengage when you're doing live fire, put the safety back on. It worked really fine. So far so good with this sucker. I'm enjoying it. We'll give you some updates once we've put some more wear and tear through it. We'll give you some updates once we've tried putting a Kydex holster with Velcro attached to it onto here and seeing if that works any better. Again, I'm still using it because I have the manual safety here, so I'm not super nervous. If I didn't have manual safety, I would not carry like this. That's me personally. Thanks for following. Share this if you like it. Subscribe to the Patreon. Support us. We've got a lot more content coming your way. Thanks, everyone.